Okay, here we go with thermodynamics questions. So SL students, get out of here. We're looking at cyclic processes and we're thinking about isovolumetric, adiabatic, isothermal, all the good stuff. Have a go at the question and then we'll go from there. All right, so hopefully you've had a chance to look at this now. What we're being asked to do here firstly is to identify the difference between the two stages, Y and Z, and making sure we know which one is adiabatic and which is isothermal. And then we're going to try and work out the directions. So we're going to try and rule out Y and Z, and then we're going to try and look at the directions. Let's look at this then first. First is, remember our definition of isothermal, that has constant temperature. Okay, we're expecting the temperature to be constant. Everything else, okay, we can lump together into our equation, which says that pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Okay, so pressure is going to go with 1 over V. You notice these two lines, they show pressure getting smaller as volume gets bigger, but it's not clear exactly at this stage which one, whether that's a 1 over V dependence or something else. And that's going to be important later. For the sake of adiabatic, we're talking about heat equal to 0. No heat flow in or out of our system. Okay, and the result of that, and this is an equation you just need to memorize, is that we have a slightly different behavior. We have P times V to the 5 over 3 is equal to some constant. In other words, P is inversely proportional to volume to the 5 over 3. Okay, now what that means is we hopefully have the information to work out which of these stages, Y or Z, is isothermal or adiabatic. You notice here we've got V to the 5 over 3. This is going to give us a steeper decrease. In other words, if I increase V, P is going to decrease by more because of this power going to the 5 over 3. So stage Y is going to be my adiabatic stage because we've got a greater decrease in the pressure for the same change in that volume. What that means is stage Z is adiabatic because we've got a lower curve and that goes with our 1 over V dependence. Now the question is, if we now know that we're looking at Z being our isothermal process, we know that the answer is either B or D. We need to now work out whether we're going this way or this way. Now, let's have a look at the question. It tells us work is done on the gas during the isothermal stage. So we know that during stage Z, work is done. And this is the crucial point. When work is done, we're expecting the gas to decrease. If I do work on a gas, it will become smaller. Okay, you can imagine taking a piston and compressing, the volume will decrease. So what we're expecting is that volume to go down, okay, and therefore we're following a clockwise path because we're going to follow this way, up and to the left, up and then back down to the right to form our our cyclic process, which is why the answer here is D.